my friends, welcome back. Today we're going to, I was going to have this bookcase assembled and then mark out the top from that, but instead I think I found a better way to do this, so I don't have to have it all assembled and taken apart and assembled and taken apart. We can just assemble it one time, take it apart, and then glue it. So we don't have to do that multiple times. And I'll probably do that off camera because it'll take two people, I think, to clamp this up, and my wife doesn't want to be on camera, so we're going to do it this way. So anyways, I had to think a little bit outside the box here. What I have is my top. This top, I trued up thickness. I squared off two edges and marked in 1.5 inches from the sides, because I want a 1.5 inch overhang on the whole thing. Before I go too far, let me find out what side the reference edge is on. Okay, so it's upside down, and this far end is the reference. Okay, this piece of scrap is the same thickness as my shelves. I checked that beforehand. So what I'm going to do, just as a reference right now, I have 1.5 inches marked on this side. I'm going to mark a line here as the thickness of the boards. So now the board's got that thickness. And then I'm going to switch over to my knife. Hope you can understand this. This here is one of the shelves that has the shoulders. The shoulders is the width from one shelf to the other shelf, the inside width. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this board, line it up to this mark here, and make a nick. Okay, so that's the inside of that corner. I'm not going to let this move. Then I'm going to switch over to this side, and I'm going to make a nick. Okay, so now I'm done with this board. This has marked the distance. Keep it right here in case I need to find it. What I'm going to do, just to give myself a bit of a reference, and again, I'm going to cut these dados just like before, from inside to inside I'm making square, and I'm going to measure, tip up the shelves and put it down on that. So I'll have to do that on the floor and it'll be awkward, so I'm not going to do that on camera, but I'm just going to show you how I'm going to lay these out, and then we're going to chop them, and we're chopping them just like we did for the shelves. So if you want to see how that's done, look at the previous video when I cut the dados for the shelves, because it's exactly the same. So I'm just showing you the layout this time. Okay, so now I've got the thickness. This is just kind of a reference line so I don't go over it when I mark. All right, same thing over here. Keep it a little more accurate. There. Okay, so now I need to figure out how long this is. I think the easiest way to do that is I'm just going to take one of the shelves, They'll be the same thickness. I'm gonna lay it right on here. I'm going to extend these lines all the way across. I'm extending these lines so that I can see them better. Okay. So now I'm going to take the shelf, flush it up, make a line. That'll be my stop line. Now this will take a little bit of fitting, so I'm going to leave that line on here. Each shelf might be slightly different, so I'm going to leave that line on here, and when I do my dry assembly, I'll take my chisel and clean it up to that line. So I'll be able to pop the top on it off pretty easily then. So that's the distance I'm going to cut to. And again, I'm going to stay away from that line so that I can adjust it when I get there. Now, I'm going to take a knife and establish my knife walls. I did spend a lot of time in getting this side square, so this should be the same as the other. I should be able to use both sides as references. Okay. Oh shoot, we still got to do shaping on some of this stuff, so I won't be able to glue it up next time either. We'll do the shaping on the next video. So anyways, that's the majority of the marking up. And just like before, I'm going to take my router . Actually, I'm going to mark it, measure it as off of this top of this board. So this is going to be the bottom, this here is going to be the bottom of the shelf. And so I'm just going to measure down to that. Go a little bit deeper. Now, I want to get really close to that, so good. Okay, I can always take a little bit more off, but that's really close to that top of that board, where the rail is going to go across. And I know none of this probably makes sense because you kind of just got to visualize how this is going to go when you can't see inside my head. This is kind of an unusual project, so I'm not going to be able to explain everything. I hope you guys understand the things that I am doing. So now I'm just going to continue those lines across here. Just to get the stop points, I'm going to take my router and I'm going to mark between those two lines. So, another thing I can do if I want right now is I'm going to mark over from that edge 1.5 inches. So cut and square this down to that point. So the next time you come back, I'll do this off camera. It's the same thing we've done before. I will have these shelves fit to this. I guess I can actually, because I'll be fitting the shelves, I'll just come down and adjust so that it's all flush in the back. There's one more thing we need to do, and that is we need to chop out this groove here. So this groove, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mortising gauge, which set that, and I'm going to run that from this line over to this line. Actually, yeah, that's fine. And then do the same thing for the depth. Oh, that's right. It's a bit of a thickness. Isn't it? Alright, so when I have this fit, I'll have to mark that out. So I'll come back and I'll show you how I do that. You might have to wait on cutting that groove until we get it dry assembled. We'll see. I'll think about that a little bit. Main thing though we're going to do is I'm going to cut these dados just like I did before. So I guess that's that. Next time I'll see you guys again. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this makes some sense. If not, leave a question in the comments below and I can hopefully maybe try to explain this a little better. But thank you guys and have a great day. Bye.